Okay. um, Hi, my name is Nawang Tenzin, and recently uh, I've been to Everest Base Camp Trek, and I'm just back from Everest Base Camp Trek with Nishan from Bangalore. It was an incredible journey and lifetime experience. However, the motive of making this video is while I was preparing for my ABC trek, I researched a lot to know more about the trek and route, itinerary, whom to contact, which trek organizer, what to carry, how to prepare, what to prepare, and many things which I did research. And I found a lot of good videos on YouTube, and people have made a lot of good videos and shared on YouTube. So it was quite useful for me. However, now after I done my trek, I realized that uh, though there are a lot of informative YouTube videos up there, but I know that there are so many Indian uh, trekkers who've been to EBC trek, but nobody has made any video. I haven't seen, I should say, I haven't seen any video which is made by Indian trekkers, Asian trekkers, and share their perspective and what things to carry. So what I want to do is the motive of my this video is I wanted to share what things to carry today. See, I just back from ABC Trek, so I have my things ready over here on the bed. You can see that. So I wanted to share what things to carry for the Indian trekkers, because the company will also give you a list of things to carry, but that is a universal one, a general one, which distribute to every trekkers who registered for the company to go up to the trekkers EBC. So what I want to do is I want to share my experience of things to carry, what things to carry for the Indian trekkers who wish to go for ABC. Yeah, so therefore I'm making this video so it may help to those Indians who wish to go for trekking up to EBC or some other Himalayan trekkings. Okay, so what I will do is, without wasting much time, I will just straight away go to first I will cover things must to carry. Of course, there are many things like all important, but first I will just only go through things must to carry, must to have. Okay, and I'll just go one by one. Yep. So I will start with this cap. So I have this woolen cap which I bought from Kathmandu. So yeah, this woolen cap is a must to have, and plus you also may need the lighter cap, a sun cap. Why? Because see, I did my trek in the month of October end to November first week, so the weather is fairly good and a good sunshine, and plus you need to cover your head all the time. The reason is it's cold, and number two, there is a continuous chilled wind which blows in the higher altitude area, and that chilled wind makes you sick. That wind will gives you a bad headache in the night, plus that wind will also uh, decrease your body temperature, and then you may get a stomach upset. So therefore you need to cover your head all the time, and you may also till Dingboche you may wear other sun cap to protect your head from the sun and the wind. Therefore you must have these sort of a cap to wear all the time to cover your head. Okay, other thing is, see, and this is called neck gaiter, and this is very helpful and a useful trekking gear for the Himalaya trekking. See, this, this will keep your neck warm, and as well as like this, you have to cover your nose and the mouth, and that will help you to keep your nose uh, away from the dust and for any other allergic reactions. So this is a must to carry, must to have, and you need to cover this. This will help you to cover your mouth, your nose all the time during the trek. Otherwise, it's very cold and chill wind will make you sick. So it is very important that you need to wear this to keep your neck warm and to cover your mouth and the nose to avoid sort of allergic reaction, because while on the trek there are a lot of animals like yak and the zoo, and they are the main source of a transportation in this area to carry, since there's no road. So you may have to come across a lot of these yak and zoos on the way, but it will cause you a lot of dust, it's dust and the stink. So therefore it is better to cover all this all the time, your head and mouth. And the other important thing is you need to have one of these goggles which is polarized and ultraviolet protection. So the reason is when you reach up to a certain high level, you can see mountains, snowfall, and you need to protect your eye from ultraviolet as from the glaring snow. So it is a must to have. But what I want to recommend you is you need to buy a glass which has a cover from here. I made a mistake because this is a last minute bought from the Kathmandu, so this is a normal specs and which has no protect from here. This should have some cover so that your eyes will be covered completely fully. Otherwise what happens is, if you wear the neck gaiter, if you wear this, and when you breathe, the steam goes up inside the glass, and then you won't be able to see. So you have to remove and clean again and again, and which is very irritating for you. So you must have this glass with the polarized and ultraviolet protection. And then other thing is, this two glove is a must to have, and most of the time you can wear this fleece gloves, and this you can use above lubuche, and this is a wind protection, windproof and rainproof, waterproof also. And this you may need to wear from Loboche, because from Loboche the weather is extremely cold and altitude is very high, it's above 5,000. So especially I wore this during Akala Pathar climb. We woke up, can you imagine, we woke up at 4:30 and we started our journey from 5 a.m. and we climbed Akala Pathar. So extremely cold, and many people gave up halfway because they can't manage this extreme coldness. So you must have these gloves, which is very important. And then yes, and plus this too will also this too is also extremely it's a small thing but extremely important to have. This is a lip guard you need to have all the time, and this is a moisturizer, and you can apply in the night to your face and to moisturize your face, so that your face will have not cracks and the scars because of the extreme climate. Okay, so this is done. Now I'll just go down a little bit. So ABC Trek, it's walking about 5 hours per day. So you have to climb up a lot. So therefore, though it is cold from the outside, but you may sweat a lot because you wore 2-3 layers. So you may sweat a lot. Therefore, I extremely recommend to wear these dry fit full sleeve, and these will help you to soak your sweat. And you need to have minimum four because to change you need to change because once you sweat you feel uncomfortable, and if you sit for some times extremely become cold, and then it is not healthy enough to your body also, so this is harmful. So therefore you need to have four or five of this so that you can change time to time, which is very important. And I have three, so I managed with the three. So I thought that if I could have four or five, it is much better. And another important the trekking gear you need to have is the thermal wear. So this will save you from the extreme cold, and you need to have a good thermal wear. You may need one or two, it's up to your budget, but one is a must to have it. Okay, and the other thing is I have this organizer bag. Inside this tissue paper is a must to have, because when you go higher there's no water, so you have to use this. And even if there's water, it's extremely cold, you can't use it, so better use this. And then yeah, you like, though you can't afford to wash your hair and face extremely well, but you may need this to wash your face up to a certain level. And I have this toothbrush, it's a must. And yeah, this is the must. One more important must to have, this is sunscreen. My sunscreen is a little different because my doctor has recommended this, but you can buy any other normal good sunscreen. It is very important because the heat is direct and you may get tanned, and you also need to save your skin. Yeah, so this is a must. And what I have, anything others? Yeah, see, many in your to-do list they will also mention the hand sanitizers, but one thing I should say, that you don't need to carry any hand sanitizer. It is not compulsory until and unless if you are a sanitizer freak, because I realize that all the good tea house, they have hand sanitizers, so you can use them, or otherwise you can wash your hand. So especially for us as Indian, we are not that sanitizer freak, right? We can wash your hand, or otherwise you can use your spoons and stuff like that. Or if you want, it's there in the tea house. Almost all the tea house, they have sanitizers, so you can use you don't need to buy this. Yes, and that's it. And I have carried this medicated powder. So this helped me to get some relief for my feet after a long walk, because our feet tends to smell a lot after a long walk. So this powder helps my feet to keep dry and protect from the infection. So this is also good. Yeah, so this is what I have in this bag. Okay, and the other thing is, then if I go down, so in this pouch, yes, you are supposed to carry 3 or 4 of these socks. Out of 3, and 1 should be warm woolen socks, which you need to wear above the higher altitude places, that is above Dengboche. Yeah, so like you need to change, and you can't wash it, but so you need to change, so that you should have 3 or 4 of these socks to change. And yes, of course, and I have the underwears over here, so you need to change underwear. At least you should have 3, like not 7, but 3 you should have to change. It's better if you change after some time. So this is my important pouch. And if you go by a good company, the company will have a basic medical kit, but unfortunately our company doesn't have. However, this is my small medical kit, and I have this cold and flu medicine, and I have paracetamol, and um, I have this tablet is for diarrhea, and this is for this is a painkiller, and I have some band-aid, and the most important medicine I have over here is a Dimox, and this is an altitude sickness Dimox medicine. I bought this in Nepal. It is called Zolamite, and they say that Dimox is the name of the company. The tablet name is Zolamite, and this is extremely important to carry for all the trekkers when when you're traveling high altitude, because the most risky part of traveling trekking high altitude is AMS, acute mountain sickness, which is very dangerous, and it will take away your life also. And for that, it may strike to any normal or healthy person. Therefore you need to carry this, and your guide will guide you how to take this, and all you need to know is what are the symptoms, so that if you get mild headache, or if you can't able to sleep in the night, or if you have a diarrhea, feeling like frequent going to the loo, pee, so these are all symptoms, and you need to immediately inform to your guide, and so guide will help you how to take this. So some people they started taking from Namchi onwards, which is not recommendable for us. But if you have a kind of a slight headache or something, you really need to inform your guide immediately. Don't hide, because your guide is trained to guide you with all this. So the problem here is, if you do not share all these things with your guide, and later on once it's get worse, then your guide won't be able to help you, instead of coming back. Coming back is the only solution instead of going back. So it happens, it is a very sad, because EBC is a very important and expensive project. We cannot make again and again, so nobody likes while coming back halfway through. Okay, then I'll go to trekking pant. I'll recommend you to have minimum two is enough, and one normal topi, and one is this trekking pant is windproof and waterproof. So it is a must to have a such trekking pant, because when you go higher, there's a lot of wind, so if it protects from the wind, it will keep you warm, and if it rains suddenly, then it will help you. So you must have these minimum two. Yeah. And then for jackets, I have one fleece jacket. This is important to keep you warm. I wore minimum 3 layers. So up to Dengbuche, you can wear 3 layers, one dry fit inside, and one fleece jacket, and outside I will wear one rainproof and windproof jackets, and that is enough. In the night you can wear a thermal wear inside. Now from above Dengbuche, then you need to wear this down jacket. See, I bought a very good down jacket from the Decathlon, and this is a Quechua, but you can buy this from any other company, but you need to have a good one. So this will help you to save you from the extreme cold. So this is also a must to carry. And then for sleeping bag, I should say that it is you don't need to carry such a heavy sleeping bag with -10, something like that. It is not recommendable, because what I realized is that every tea house in the room, they have the facility of a quilt and a very warm blanket, so you can wear it up to Dingboche, you can use those available quilt and the blanket. Yeah, so and then but from the Dingboche above, then you may need to use this sleeping bag, but it may not need to be as minus tent. You can you can it is also durable for a normal sleeping bag, and on top that you can wear those blankets and quilt which is available in the room. So I bought this, I rented this sleeping bag. I did not bought it because I may not need frequently. I live in Mumbai. It's a very hot place, so I can't afford to use this. So I rented from the Kathmandu. It is like reasonable cheap, 100 rupees per day. So you can rent. You can even rent down jacket also. But I bought this down jacket, assuming that I may go again somewhere else after some time. Yeah, so this is also important. Okay, then other thing what I have, yes, this, now I will go to here. This is a trekking pole, as you know. This is extremely important because this will help you to protect your knee, and it will also help you to climb, right? So if you ABC is full of ups and downs for climbing. So while descending, extremely important to use this trekking pole, because you can put some pressure on this trekking pole, and this may you can distribute your pressure from knee to trekking pole. So this may help you to save your knee at least for some time, because I realized that while descending, and there's a lot of steep descending, and it gets a lot of pressure to your knee, and it pains a lot later on. So this may help you for some extent. And I also use this kneecap. There are better kneecaps, and this is the least one, but it is highly recommendable to wear, especially descending, and to save your knees, to give some support to your knees also. Okay, so these are the important, all are important, but these are few must to have, which I have said in the beginning. Now I will come to this one, water bottles. See, I have one thermos, 1 liter, and one water bottle. Well, this is also 1 liter, and it is extremely important to drink a minimum of 3 liter of waters during the trek, because the reason is many people get sick because of dehydration. The reason is we have to walk 5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours every day, and since we wore the extreme weather is extremely cold, we wore 4 layers while walking. Our body gets heat and we sweat a lot. So we don't realize that we sweat a lot, but we sweat a lot at the end, and we lost a lot of water. So therefore, in order to maintain the balance, you have to keep on drinking the water, minimum 3 liters per day. So what happens is, for us like Indian, we don't need to drink mineral water. It's a bit expensive, because 1 milliliter is 300 200, so it's a bit expensive for Indian and Nepali people. You can drink normal tap water up to Dingboche, so you can save a lot of money. From Dingboche, then I will highly recommend you to drink a hot water or warm water. For that, you need to you may need this. This is a thermos, 1 liter, and you can buy a hot water, and it is 300 350, depends on the tea house, and you can buy water and you can put it in this thermos, and this thermos will help you to keep warm up to 24 hours. So you can keep drinking during your walk. So this is helpful, because above Dingboche I will not recommend you to drink a hot water, a normal water, because It is extremely cold, and it's a mountain water. It's very hard. It may give you a stomach upset, and it is not um, recommendable. It's very cold, and if you have a cold, which is people call as a kumbu cough, if you have cold, if your throat is bad, it is not recommendable to drink normal water. So I recommend you to drink hot water. So for that you need this thermos. Okay, another important thing which I must say is you need to have this good power bank. This will help you to recharge your mobile, your camera batteries and all. So one thing you need to remember is above Tengpoche there is no electricity. All the towns are running on the solar. So charging mobile and this is extremely expensive. So what you need to do is you need to charge your power bank from Namchi or below Tengpoche and save this for above Lobuche and Gorakshep. So you can charge this at Gorakshep and Lobuche to charge your mobile and battery, camera battery. So you have to save this. Otherwise, if you give this for charging to the lodge or tea house, and they will charge you 1200 rupees for charging, so it's pretty expensive. So instead of that, you keep this and charge your mobile and the camera battery at the high altitude, so that way you can save some money. Yeah, so and that's it. And okay, then I will come to my bag. So I have this 20-liter bag, and this is my backpack, a day pack. So I carry not more than 5 liters, and this is, I keep things which I needed for a day. So yeah, so I carry this is a day backpack. And then I have other bag. So this is a 60-liter, and this is I used to keep all the things which are not required for the day, and I give this for the porter, so porter will carry this bag. So this should not be we have the limitation also. The company says that we are not supposed to have more than 10 kg, but like little bit of adjustment is okay. But this bag is for the porter, if you have the porter. Otherwise you have to carry by yourself. Okay, then yeah, so the last and the most important part which I kept, why I've kept the last, is so that I could talk a little bit more. So last one is the most important part, is the trekking shoes. So what happens is the first thing that when you are deciding to go for any trek, the trek that you need to do is buy a good trekking shoes. Depends on where you are going for trek. So since I was like planning for EBC, so I bought this trekking shoes, but I realized that this trekking shoe is attracts a lot of dust, you can see, and becomes very heavy. So I made a mistake. Instead of that, I could buy a better trekking shoes and much lighter ones, so I could have enjoyed more walking. However, yes, I must say that good trekking shoes is highly recommendable, and you buy beforehand. The first thing you need to do when you plan your trekking is to buy a trekking shoes, and you need to use it. Walk for at least 2-3 days, 2-3 hours, and see how it works. Make sure that your trekking shoes will not hurt your feet. Many trekking shoes, many people, what they do is they buy new one and they wear it on the trek, and their feet become horrible, and trekking shoes will give you a lot of trouble on your feet. So that's how they will spoil your trekking. So therefore, first thing is you need to buy a trekking shoes, wear it and see how it works. If it is comfortable, okay. It's not, you better buy or arrange another one. So it is highly important to have or to wear in comfortable and light shoes for the trekking, like EBC. I could have more enjoyed wearing a better trekking shoes. and this is not recommendable, but however I managed to do that. So yep. Oh, so this is what I have to tell you, and I hope that this video may help the trekkers who are dreaming about EBC, or who are planning to go for EBC trek, or similar ones. Yeah, so that is my main motive, and I want again to repeat that this is not an expert comment, and this I'm just sharing my experience. On the positive note, it may help people who are dreaming for ABC trek, or people who wish to go for ABC trek and looking for some information. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say, and yeah, goodbye.